We are just hours away from a potential trade war. And the latest that we're hearing from the Trump administration is that tariffs on Canada and Mexico are still set to kick in on Tuesday. However, they may not be the full 25%. Trump's Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said on Fox News yesterday that this is still a very fluid situation and that ultimately Donald Trump will be the one to negotiate and determine the level at which these tariffs will be implemented. Here's more on what he had to say.
I spoke to Tom Homan yesterday, and he was very optimistic about the kind of work that Mexico and Canada are doing on the border, lowest crossings ever. So in that regard, they've done an excellent job, but they just haven't moved on the fentanyl deaths in America, and that's one of those key things, protecting the lives of Americans. So the president is thinking about it. I think there are going to be tariffs on Tuesday on Mexico and Canada. Exactly what they're going to be, I'm going to leave that for the president to decide.
And on Tuesday, Mayor Patrick Brown, along with 30 other U.S. and Canadian mayors from the Great Lakes and St. Lawrence cities regions, will be heading to Washington, D.C. to meet with lawmakers to talk about the tariff threat and how they want a strong relationship between the two countries. And Canadian mayors in border cities have also formed their own alliance called the Border Mayors Alliance against the tariff threats. We also spoke with Cornwall Mayor Justin Townsdale, who talked about the different options they're looking at on a municipal level when it comes to tackling these tariffs.
Obviously, we don't have the same powers as our colleagues at the provincial or federal level where we can impose bans on, say, U.S. liquor or impose counter tariffs. So for us, we're looking more at the diplomatic route. And for us, I've said this a few times, it's hearts and minds. So we've been reaching across the border to touch base with our peers. I myself have met with 2 mayors in New York State, and one of the mayors has agreed to embark on a letter writing campaign with myself, and we've reached out to New York State lawmakers. That's where we have our border connection to, and we are starting to get meetings with those lawmakers, and our hope is that we can apply pressure from both sides of the border to the U.S. federal government to reconsider their stance on tariffs.
And here in Brampton, there are a number of sectors that are focused on exporting to the U.S., like auto parts, steel, and aluminum. We're expecting the mayor to address all of that in his upcoming press conference at 10 o'clock.